Today, let us see why every business needs a stop doing list. Have you ever looked at your business and asked, why are we so busy, yet progress seems so slow? Your team is working, meetings are happening, emails are being exchanged, reports are being prepared, everyone appears busy. But here is an uncomfortable question. Are all these activities actually necessary? Hello, I'm Sanjeev Penekar, your business mentor. And today I want to discuss a simple but powerful management idea. Why every business needs a stop doing list. We all have a to-do list, but successful businesses also need something equally important. What is a stop doing list? 1. Growth is not always about adding more. Whenever businesses want to grow, the natural reaction is, what more should we do? Launch another product, start another campaign, conduct another meeting, prepare another report, introduce another process. But sometimes the better question is, what should we stop doing? Because every unnecessary activity consumes three valuable resources: time, money, attention. And attention may be the most valuable resource of all. If your organization is busy doing 20 things that no longer matter, it has less energy available for the 5 things that really matter. 2. The meeting that nobody needs. Imagine a company that has been conducting a 2-hour Monday morning meeting for the last 10 years. When the meeting originally started, it was useful. But gradually the business changed. Technology changed. Responsibilities changed. Yet the meeting continued simply because we have always done it. Now imagine the CEO asks, if we stopped this meeting completely, what would happen? Everyone becomes silent. Finally, somebody says, probably nothing. That is the moment when the organization discovers something important. For years, dozens of valuable management hours were being consumed by an activity that nobody had the courage to question. This happens in almost every organization. 3. Yesterday's good idea can become today's burden. One of the biggest mistakes in business is assuming that because something worked in the past, it must continue forever. A report may once have been important. A product may once have been profitable. A procedure may once have been necessary. A customer policy may once have made sense. But businesses change. Markets change. Customers change. Technology changes. Therefore, leaders must periodically ask, if we were starting a business today, would we still do this? If the answer is no, ask another question. Then why are we still doing it? That question can save enormous amounts of time and money. 4. What should go on your stop doing list? Look carefully at your organization. You may discover meetings where your presence is unnecessary, reports that nobody seriously reads, approvals that slow down decisions, products that consume resources but contribute very little, processes created years ago that technology can now eliminate, customers who continuously demand excessive attention but generate very little value, and perhaps most importantly, decisions that only you are making, even though somebody else is perfectly capable of making them. For a leader, the stop doing list is not only about efficiency. It is also about delegation and focus. 5. Ability of saying no. Steve Jobs understood the power of saying no. When Steve Jobs returned to Apple in 1997, the company had a complicated range of products. Instead of asking, what more can Apple launch? He dramatically simplified the product portfolio. His philosophy was essentially about focus. Because strategy is not only deciding what you will do. Strategy is also deciding what you will not do. This principle applies whether your company has 10 employees or 10,000. The ability to say no protects the organization from unnecessary complexity. Try this exercise. Once every 3 months, sit with your senior team. Create 3 columns. Continue. Improve. Stop. For every major activity, ask, does this create value for the customer? Does this improve revenue, profitability, or efficiency? Does this genuinely require our time? If we stopped doing it tomorrow, would anybody really miss it? You may be surprised by the answers. And remember, do not keep something simply because we have always done it this way. That sentence has protected more inefficiency than almost any other sentence in business. And now, let us see the bigger leadership lesson. Great leaders do not try to do everything. They identify the few things that matter enormously and protect their time and organization around those priorities. So tomorrow morning, before adding another item to your to-do list, take a blank piece of paper and write my stop doing list. Then identify just 3 things that you, your team, or your organization should stop doing. You may discover that business growth does not always come from doing more. Sometimes the biggest breakthrough comes from having the courage to do less, but do what matters better. I'm Sanjeev Pendharkar, your business mentor. And remember, a to-do list keeps you busy. A stop doing list keeps you focused. Thank you.